Good morning, just me and Billy Bob today, and we are at Watendlath in the beautiful valley of Borrowdale. And what a beautiful little hamlet it is. All you've got is a working farm and a beautiful peaceful tarn, which is actually behind me. The reflections are amazing as it's so still. It's a beautiful day, and you've got a cafe, toilets and a National Trust car park, room for about 30 cars. If you remember, it's free, otherwise charges apply. And I've come here as the heather is out in full bloom at the moment, and so it's going to be absolutely glorious, absolutely stunning. We're going to head up to Grange Fell and then over to Great Crag and then Dock Tarn, which is a lovely lily tarn amongst rocky outcrops and masses of heather, and it should all be pink at the moment. So I hope you come with me on my wee adventure, and I'll catch you all in a bit. So you take the track heading away from the tarn on the stony path that would lead you to Rosthwaite eventually, and this will take you to Grange Fell. So it was a beautiful drive up the Borrowdale Valley this morning, and I stopped off at Ascent Bridge, nobody there, and then stopped off at Surprise View, which was stunning, blue skies, and the fells were bright orange in the sunlight, early morning sunlight. It was lovely. Water was calm as anything, as there's no breeze today. So this walk was actually my second choice. My first choice was going to be Causey Pike, Scar Crags, Outer Side and Barrow, as the heather on that ridge and on those fells is thick and amazing. But there's a reason why I decided to do this walk instead, and I'll come to that later on in the video. But for now, we're heading along this stony track, starting to get views over Glaramara and High Spy. Just turn you round. There we go, got Great Gable there on the left. So you're just starting to get views of Grange Fell, which is that one there. It's a nice rocky top, thick with heather as well. Fantastic views down the Borrowdale Valley and over to Skidder and water. So you come to a gate and a wall, and instead of going through that gate, you take a trod, staying on the right hand side of the wall, heading up the fell side. You'll eventually see the rocky top of Grange Fell. This is going to be fun, Billy Bob. I'll wait with Bob there. Right, come on, come here, come here, come Gotta get over it. Come on. Come on. Right, up. Up. Get your back lift up. 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 Up, Billy. Up. Jesus Christ. And you're muddy as well. Whew. Covered in mud. Whew. That's a tricky style for a dog. We've got a big dog. Covered in mud now, as it's like a right bog fest. These are the central fells, and there's been a lot of rain, even though it's been summer. It's like an absolute bog by this side. Look at this. Look at that. Right by the bottom of the stile, and the same on the other side. There's views into Borrowdale, Glamara, Great Gable, Green Gable. That's looking back to Watendlath. That's where those trees are. You've got the high toe bridge over to Old Scarf in the distance there. And in the foreground, that's Great Crag. That's going to be our second hill of the day. And you've got Dock Tarn just nestled in there. So we're coming up to the summit of Grange Fell, that rocky outcrop. Let's get there and I'll show you the view over Derwentwater and Skidder. It's breathtaking this morning. Oh my god, I've just walked into the biggest spider web. It was the hugest spider and I don't know where it's gone. Oh god, it could be on me. It was huge. Excuse me if I don't actually scramble to the top of that. But wow. Looking at Borrowdale. Fantastic. Well, the heather on here is amazing. I'll just pan you round. You've got, I think Bessie Boot, Glamara. I'm guessing that would be, is it Pike or Both Fell, Great End. That's definitely Great Gable, Green Gable, Delhead behind. You've got High Spy, Maiden Moor, King's Hell in the foreground, and Derwentwater with Skidder in the far distance. There's so many rocky outcrops on Fell or Grange Fell. It's really worth exploring all about. Great views at Borrowdale. Billy on his rock. Fantastic. So we're on the summit of Fell or Grange Fell, whatever it's called. Views over Ulscarf. Got the Landale Pikes over there. Bessie Boot, Glowamara. There's High Seat over there. You can see how rocky this place is. Definitely worth an explore about all these rocks. Covered in mud. Jesus Christ, absolutely killed my elbow there trying to get him up that stile. What is it with the Lake District dogs and stiles? I know they haven't got to put them in for dogs, but oh God, try and sort something out, will you? So we've come down off Grange Fell and we've got to the track that takes you to Rosthwaite or Watendlath. And you cross straight over that and aim for a gate straight in front of you, and that will eventually get you onto the path to Great Crag and Dock Tarn. At the car park it was saying about how these walls around Watendlath are nearly over 800 years old. I'll tell you what, they can stick these walls. The Lake District summer for you. This ground's wetter than when it is in the winter time. It really is. This ground should be dry by now, bone dry. So what's it going to be like when it comes to winter time? I actually read a report that Wales, North Wales, this week is going to get 34 days worth of rain in 3 hours. It's going to be fun, isn't it? Oh God, can you hear that? Oh God, I think I'm worried actually I'm going to disappear. This is really bad. Oh. So these are the stepping stones of the path going up towards Great Crag. So you get through a gate and you come to a beck and you start to head up more steeply up good stone steps. That's Grange Fell over there, and we come across all that very wet ground along there. The summit of Great Crag, finally. Just up here. Finally, there's a view of Watendlath. So we park the car. There's Grange Fell, our first hill of the day, over there. We'll go over there in a bit and get that view of Borrowdale. So the view is exceptional on Great Crag, up Borrowdale. Got Great Gable there, Marva, Pillar. You can see Bow Fell, S Pike, Dell Head, High Spy. So that is the true summit, the Watendlath summit over there. Very confusing when you've got this cairn and that cairn over there. There's a separate col in between. So that is the official summit. Okay, so this is the official summit of Great Crag. The view of Borrowdale. That's where I was before, over there. So there's a cairn on there, and a lot of people go to that one and think that's the summit when it's not. I should take that cairn down really. So it's the one furthest away from Watendlath, which is over there. Oh, you can just see Dock Tarn there. That's what we're going to aim for. We're going to have our lunch there. That's as far as we're going to go today, and then we're going to head back to Watendlath. Fantastic. You've got Eagle Crag and Sergeant's Crag behind with Elscarf. The Langdale Pike, you can just see Pike and Stickle there. You've got Bow Fell and the Crinkles. You've got there is Bessie Boot and Glaramara. Behind would be Great End and the Scarfell Pikes. There's Lingmel? Just off from Scarfell Pike. You've got Great Gable, Green Gable, and Pillar behind them, and Dell Head, the Borrowdale Valley, High Spy, Maiden Moor, Cat Bells with Grange Fell in the foreground, and Skidder in the background, Watendlath High Seat, and then High Tove, the Dods behind, and Helvellyn, and Old Scarf. So we're just heading off Great Crag now. Now I meant to say to you on the way up, it's quite confusing finding the path. You just want to follow the first boggy track that you come to on your right, and you look out for this kind of sort of like rocky ledge, and you've got a cairn there to direct you, and if you turn right that takes you to the first summit. If you go left that takes you to the official proper Watendlath summit. So we're just heading down now, and we're heading for Dock Tarn. There's just miles and miles of heather. Fantastic, isn't it?
You drive, do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever. Forever.
So we're going to leave Dock Tarn now. Really nice sticking my feet in there. It's lovely. So refreshing. And we're going to head back to Watendlath. We're going to veer off on a lovely path following Watendlath Beck and right past the tarn, Watendlath Tarn. And I'm pretty sure Billy's going to have a dip in the tarn, and I'm probably going to have a paddle as well. Yeah, so I was going to tell you why this was the second choice, and why I didn't do Causey Pike and Scar Crags and Barrow. Mainly because of Billy. I always have to think about with Billy how hot it's going to be and how much water there's going to be on the fells. And I knew this route would have plenty of water, which it really does. It's a very wet place. It's got the tarn, Dock Tarn to swim in. It's got Watendlath Tarn to have a drink in and swim in. Whereas to do Rolling End and Causey Pike and outer side, there wouldn't have been any water until I got all the way over the tops, down outer side, and there's a little wee tarn in between outer side and stile end, and that would have been the only water you would have had. So I do have to think about like how hot it's going to be for him. So that's why I chose Dock Tarn and Watendlath. You've got Borrowdale Fell up there and Old Scarf. I did a route coming off Borrowdale and through them rocky crags there, and then down that overflow of Dock Tarn and back to this path. Just a word of caution when you come over to Dock Tarn. The path is quite rough going. You do have to negotiate a few rocks, quite a few rocks on the path. It's a very undulating, rough, bouldery path. And very tricky when you've got sticks in one hand and GoPro in the other. Oh, hang on a minute, I need to get down from here. Oh. You found a mouse or something? View down there, it's lovely, isn't it? We're going to be reaching the stepped path now, heading down to the marshland to reach the stepping stones, to then aim for Watendlath Beck. Found a little friend. So these are the steps, stone steps, heading down. You can see Watendlath Tarn in the distance. So Andy, bless him, got me this water to go filter bottle. It's a really good filter. It filters out all bacteria and all 99.9% of bacteria. So you can fill up with fresh water, fresh running water, but use a filter just in case you never know if there's a dead sheep further up the beck. So it's really good. So thank you, Andy. Love my present. Okay, so this is the junction where from Grange Fell we came in over that way. So to our left. We're now going to take the path to the right, aiming for Watendlath Beck and the Tarn. It's a lovely path. So I actually wanted to do this walk from Rosthwaite and do a circular of Great Crag. You come from Rosthwaite along Rosthwaite Beck, heading up through the woods onto Dock Tarn, and then Great Crag over to Grange Fell and back along the track to Rosthwaite. That's a lovely route as well. So beautiful along Rosthwaite Beck with the views of Eagle Crag at the head of the valley. I'm quite glad for these 800-year-old walls now. You wouldn't want to be going through that field, would you? Hi, moo-moos. Are you ready for the swim, Billy? The cafe's open. So I'm going to say goodbye. So I'm back at the car. Been a lovely walk. Heather's been fantastic. Weather's been beautiful. Hope you enjoy my wee adventure, and I'll catch you all again on another adventure very soon. Bye for now. Good morning and welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route for Grange Fell and Great Crag and Dock Tarn, starting from Watendlath, which is at the head of the Borrowdale Valley, and it's August time, so it's absolutely amazing right now with the heather in bloom. It's a stunning location. And it's got ample parking for about 30 cars. National Trust charges apply unless you're a member, then it's free. And it's a lovely drive up, passing Ashness Bridge and Surprise View and driving up this valley. It's stunning. And the route takes you past Watendlath Tarn, but then you take the right-hand fork heading up the track towards Rosthwaite. And this will take you on a good track towards Grange Fell, otherwise known as Grange Fell. And before you get to a gate here in the wall, you head up a very wet track, keeping on the right hand side of the wall initially, but then you do have to cross a high stile over the wall, and then you'll follow it on the other side on a faint boggy track up to about this point here, and then you'll see a rocky summit of Grange Fell, and you just follow the obvious track up onto the summit. And there's lots of rocky outcrops about, and it's worth taking a detour to a great big lump of rock over here, and you get a great vantage point over Borrowdale and Derwentwater, which is up there, and over to Skidder, and masses and masses of heather all around here. It's absolutely pink right now. So you get onto the summit of Grange Fell. Now I literally just go back the same way to do Great Crag. That is probably the easiest thing to do. So you head back down the track, over the stile, over the wall, and you get back to the track here, which will take you into Rosthwaite, and then you cross straight over and head through a gate on a really, at the moment, a very, very wet boggy path through this marshy ground here, which takes you round to this point. Then there is a sign to tell you not to go straight across, to try and preserve the marsh plants and the fauna. So it takes you back down over a beck, back down to this path, and then you continue on a better track this time, as they've put stepping stones in where it's wet, taking you around this rocky outcrop and through a gate, and then it's completely stepped and a steeper path heading up towards Great Crag. Now you need to look out for the first available boggy track, which takes you up here, and then you look out for a rocky ground with a cairn on it. It's easy to miss actually, and you can continue over this way. So you look out for this rocky, it's like a rocky ledge with a cairn, and it takes you eventually up onto Great Crag. Now, just a word of warning, there's 2 summits on Great Crag. Let's try and find where the summits are. Yeah, sorry, here's the summits here. Do apologise. So you head up the track and it takes you up here, and you can either go right to the cairn point here, which isn't actually officially the summit, but a lot of people do think this is, as there is a good cairn and viewpoint. You actually want to take this track up to this fell, and it's 436 metres to the true summit of Great Crag. You can do both if you want. You do get a better viewpoint, I think, on this one, which I think is why there is a cairn here, but that's the actual summit. And then it's worth doing a detour to Dock Tarn. So head back down onto this path, quite bouldery and rocky along here, this section, but it's a lovely, all heather. All of this is masses of heather, and it's so peaceful at Dock Tarn, and it's a little lily tarn, and you can have a paddle, and I think occasionally it's deep enough to have a swim if you want. And we had a lunch here, and we headed back initially on the same track back through the gate here, and then we did a detour. You come in here from Grange Fell. We did a detour here through a gate following Watendlath Beck on this lovely little path, and then you'll see Watendlath Tarn and the hamlet of Watendlath, and you get to the shores of the Tarn. You can have another dip if you want, or a swim if it's warm enough. And this day the cafe was actually open, so we've got an ice cream and back to where we parked the car. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you all again on another adventure very soon. Bye for now.